And I want to take you through a little story that is God trying to kill this man for most of his life.
Podcast New York.
What's up, Dueling Decades? This is Wax. Peace to all you guys, and thanks for having me on the show. Will it be the 90s or the 80s? Beanie Babies or Crack Babies? Will it be Nirvana or Madonna? Maybe Britney, maybe Whitney. Do you like new metal or new wave? Dave Grohl or Super Dave? I don't know. But now the battle begins. Dueling Decades. Let's see who wins.
Dueling Decades.
The adult-only retro game show where the decades battle for supremacy because it's your history. We just fight for it. Welcome back. I am Marc James, and this week we have for you another week experience battle where all of our competitors' picks must fall within one calendar week. I will be competing with June 24th through the 30th of 1989 alongside the other duelers and the decades they will be fighting for. First off, he's sort of tall with hair and he wears t-shirts sometimes. Say hello to Mancrush.
Very good description, but I have a hoodie on today. It's I have June 19th through the 25th of 1994. And before we get this started, I just want to say, Kalie, I saw this on your Instagram where you had that picture yesterday where you're flipping off the crowd and you said you're ready to flip everybody off. You can flip us off. Like, let's just get it out of the way. All right, there it is. All right, that's what I got, though, for this week.
Also joining us on the panel is the media king of the North. Please welcome Joe Findlay.
It is such an honor for you guys to have me this week. Oh, Lordy. Had my 14th anniversary last week, so I wasn't here, so I'm making it up by, showing up and actually doing my job this week, and I'm going to take a little double duty and take on June of 1977.
Yeah.
And as always here on the show, we need somebody to adjudicate all of this awesomeness. So this week's guest judges are from the dark pop band Rivals. All rise for judges Kalie, Sebastian, and Micket.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up, y'all?
I have to say, I think you guys might be the youngest judges we've ever had on this one.
I think
Hey.
so, yeah.
How old do you think we are?
I was like, wait, how old do you think we are?
How old do you guys think we are?
Yeah.
This could be a fun game.
35.
Oh, thank you.
That is so nice of you.
a little bit older.
I may have been the youngest before that, and I'm 39.
Get right.
He's 34.
Man. I'm 30.
All right.
Sweet.
That's
So this
manageable.
will be a new perspective because seriously, I think the youngest before this was who's the wrestling guy that we had on? Not RJ City. Actually, maybe it was RJ.
Yeah, I think
he's
it's
like,
RJ City.
he's like 30.
John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come on all the time.
This will be fun.
We had
You guys,
John
I
Cena
think you'll know a
on.
lot of this stuff. Though.
Yeah, we had John Cena on, but we couldn't see him. So,
there it is.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest will be held under Dueling Decades rules. The judges' coin flip shall decide who picks first out of the 5 Dueling Decades categories: movies, television, music, news, and hot products. A judge's ruling will determine who wins each round, allowing the victor to choose the next available category. The first 3 rounds are worth 1 point each, with rounds 4 and 5 worth 2 points apiece. And in the event of a tie after all 5 rounds, we'll go to a final wild card round. Remember, duelers, to review the show, listen, subscribe, and play along at home. It's time for more Dueling Decades. All right, let's go right down to our guest judges for tonight, members from the band Rivals.
So, Joe, you can call it, and it'll be between me and Joe.
Yeah.
Sounds
All right,
great.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and call heads then.
Right.
Look at that table.
It's a great table.
It is heads.
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh. All right,
I-
Joe Findlay, you win the coin toss, and you get to select our first category.
Oh, I always dread actually having to be the first person to choose because I never really want to be. However, I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with the news round.
All righty.
Okay, and so I want to take you back to, let me see the exact date here. This is a really interesting one. It was June 25th, 1977. I want to talk about a man whose last name is Sullivan, and I can't find his first name for some reason. But on June 25th, 1977, he was struck by lightning for the 7th time. And I want to take you through a little story that is God trying to kill this man for most of his life. In April of 1942, he was hiding from a thunderstorm in a fire lookout tower. It did not have a lightning rod on it, as it had been recently put up, and fire was bouncing all along the tower. So he had to escape the tower. He was struck by lightning. It actually tore his leg, and his hair caught on fire. Let's skip ahead to July 1969, where he was in his truck. Lightning hit a pole near him and bounced off and hit him. It is almost impossible to be hit by lightning in a truck, but this guy managed to do it. His hair caught on fire, by the way. 1970, he was in his front yard and just lightning hit a power pole and he went down again. This time he just burnt his shoulder. His hair stayed intact. In spring of 1972, he was working inside a ranger station. He was a park ranger. And he was struck again in the station. At this point, he became very fearful of death, as it was basically lurking around every corner, to the point where anytime he saw clouds coming, he would lay down on the floor of his truck. Whenever he saw the clouds, he'd stop the car and he'd just lay down and wait for the storm or no storm to pass. That was the kind of guy. 1973, he's on patrol in the park again, saw a storm cloud forming, so he started to run away. He got struck by lightning. His hair caught fire.
No.
Number 6, he injured his ankle being struck by lightning. But what was really funny is he was... oh, no, that's the next one. It was basically the exact same thing. He saw another cloud, and he was convinced. He said in his story that he was convinced that it followed him because it looked to be going one way, and he started heading away, and it started heading towards him. He gets struck again. Hair caught fire again. So of the 6, I've said 5. His hair caught completely on fire, and then the final one, he was just fishing in a freshwater pool. He gets struck by lightning. He goes down. He loses consciousness. As he's coming to, he sees that a bear is trying to steal his fish from his line, and he had the wherewithal to beat the bear away with a stick. Because if lightning's not going to kill you, a bear's probably not going to do it after times. He also recalled a time when he was a kid where he was holding his father's scythe out of their farm, and he was struck by lightning again, but that one he wasn't injured. And his wife was also struck by lightning once when he was in the yard with her. So this is a man who nature is just trying to kill. The last time it happened to him, though, was June 25th, 1977.
How did he still have hair?
That's what I'm saying. You would think it wouldn't grow back. I keep seeing like his eyebrows get singed off and his eyelashes go away. I'm like, you would think it'd be like laser treatment at some point.
It'd be
It just
horrible.
wouldn't come back.
Wow.
How was he even living? Like, it's 7 times.
And because
Jeez.
it's news and I'm a bummer, he did take his own life shortly thereafter.
Oh, well.
Oh, shit.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but you see
Way
how
to
was he
start
alive?
the game off.
I guess
Very
I wasn't going
nice.
to bring it up. I wasn't going to
Very
bring it
nice.
up. But
All right, Mancrush, what did you bring for the news round?
All right, so let's go June 21st of 1994. And I just missed out on a huge one here. It was the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall Inn riots. And there was an enormous gay rights march. Mark and I were talking about this beforehand that like coincided with that event, but I missed it by like 2 days. So I couldn't pick that. So anyhow, I keep digging through newspapers.com and I landed on an article from the early days of the internet. And I still believe this one resonates today. It's funny that like we're talking about this 27 years ago here, but at this time in 1994, when I searched the term website, it came up with 3 matches for the entire month of June of 1994. And it was spelt website, like it was 2 words, which is the weirdest shit ever. And 3 times. I mean, I'm sure the search might have missed a few, but I mean, think about it. It shows how far we've come in 27 years. I'm sure the term website pops up in one article more than 3 times. You know, like an entire month came up 3 times. Anyhow, this article right here, it was Netiquette for Newbies and Nerds. And I'm just going to cover the highlights of this one. It's a lengthy article, so I'm just going to skim it. But for many computer users, connecting with a bulletin board or joining an online service is like visiting a foreign land. The language is strange, the customs are mysterious, and the terrain is unfamiliar. It's easy to make mistakes in these circumstances, just like an overseas traveler who blunders into the wrong restroom because he can't read the sign on the door. The online world is experiencing a kind of culture shock these days as hordes of new users, known as newbies, buy modems and start exploring. Many are unaware that cyberspace, when was the last time you heard that term? Cyberspace has its own rules and conventions, and with that, they need to learn netiquette. Think of netiquette as the rules of the road of the information superhighway, another term nobody uses anymore. The goal is to protect free speech while also prompting respect, tolerance, and courtesy. Now, I'm gonna provide you some of these rules of netiquette that she gave me here. It's been 27 years. We'll see how many of these still exist today and people don't follow them. I'm sure there's a lot of them. And she said, if you don't follow these, you will be flamed for ignoring them. I haven't heard that in a long time either, but here we go. Here's one. Look around when you're getting started. See what other people are doing. Observation goes a long way. Sit around for a week or so before writing anything. This is known as lurking. There you go, people. 2, be clear and careful what you write. It's easy for written messages, especially those laced with sarcasm or irony, to be misunderstood. If you mean something as a joke, end it with a smiley face. And then she explains how to make a smiley face. So if you don't know, you shouldn't just don't use the internet at this point. 3, don't capitalize your entire message. In the online community, this is viewed as shouting and is considered rude and is sure sign of a greenhorn. Whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know what a greenhorn is. So let's just move on to the next one. Put messages in the proper topic area. This is big. There's nothing more infuriating than having your reading of sports messages interrupted by a message about immigration. This is called losing the thread. Keep public messages short and to the point. Your mother might be interested. Your mother might be impressed by your 6-page assessment of the Palestinians, but everyone else would rather for a paragraph. Use a civil tone in writing messages. Not only is it the courteous thing to do, but hostile messages reflect poorly on the author. I think those on Facebook should use this one. And obviously avoid obscenity and profanity. That is, of course, unless some asshole loses a thread, then fuck them. And last one, it says, yeah, seriously. The last one, finally, be kind when others make mistakes. You could be next. After reading all these, I know a lot of people that should reread this article. This is 7 years old. So I hope this helped. For the people listening on the podcast, can't see this or whatever, I'll put this on our Facebook page and you guys can go over it. Maybe we'll pin it to the top of our group.
But what I'm hearing
what
is
I
that
got.
nudes are on the table.
Sometimes.
Get a phone out.
All right. So for my news story, I found it in the Los Angeles Times, June 29th, 1989, where the headline read, "A new flag will be hoisted over the Capitol Records building in Hollywood today. The rap, rock, and rolling Beastie Boys will raise a 15 by 20-foot flag with their logo to note the signing with Capitol in the July 25th release of their debut album on that label, Paul's Boutique." The roof of the Capitol Records building actually didn't have a flagpole at the time, so one was installed on the spire for the event, and it's remained there ever since. Along with the flag, they had Beastie Boys skywritten over LA. The 3 MCs and their friends that night, they spray painted all over the roof, and while most of the graffiti was actually painted up within days, Yount's MCA tag inside the fuse box remained untouched. Following his death in 2012, the tag kind of just became the label's unofficial private memorial to him. Ad Rock would say in the Beastie Boys book about this day, it's not like we wanted to burn the fucking flag or anything. It's just we had a huge we just wanted a huge American flag that said Beastie Boys on it, flown on the roof of the Capitol Records building. And when Paul's Boutique was finished and handed in the Capitol, that flag was raised for all of Los Angeles to see. We had a big record release party on the roof of that building. It's kind of Hollywood's own premier Empire State Building. The party coincided with George Bush's campaign to protect the American flag from desecration. We weren't trying to burn it or anything. We were the multi-platinum fight for your right to party guys. We were just really feeling ourselves, he said. We just wanted the world to know. Like, this was Frank Sinatra's building, but now it's ours. We truly believe that we were the shot callers. So I give you an unlikely memorial and a new flag over L.A. in Capitol Records with the Beastie Boys, June 29th, 1989.
That was good.
That's cool.
I like that one.
All right, let's toss it over to Rivals for our judgment on the news round.
All right. One moment.
She's learning.
I can keep doing that and talk.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by with this album.
Yeah, they can hear us. Should we mute it? Okay, we're gonna mute it.
Okay, go ahead.
How do I mute it?
All right, well, we're going to talk amongst ourselves then. I'm going to.
They're discussing this in secret right now.
The secret ballot has no place here.
I don't think we've ever done a show where we've had a jury kind of go in seclusion and discuss it.
Yeah, this is serious.
All right.
All righty.
The winner is Lightning.
Yeah.
Why lightning? So you're
Take that,
You
everybody.
got struck by lightning like 87 times, bro. You were kind of low.
And
I guess he does
so
deserve
sad
it.
it just became funny. Like, like poor guy. Like,
Then he kills himself at the end, but at least he won this round.
I want to know how he killed
barely
himself.
won that because he threw that at the end. He was like, by the way.
How
He
did
shocked
he kill
himself to
himself?
death.
Right. Was it electrocution?
It wasn't. I do. In the toilet. I didn't even want to bring up that he did it, so I don't want to bring up how he did it. I do know.
Oh.
Now you gotta tell.
Oh, it's self-inflicted gunshot. Do we really need to?
Oh, that's boring. It'll be better than that.
Loser.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
That was going to be ironic. Yeah. Electric chair. Death by toaster.
I was going to say toaster in the tub would be my way.
Yeah.
Right.
Paper cuts. I think I said toaster in the toilet bowl, like he was gonna be swimming in there before.